Thanks for watching Allison Customs Project Car TV. Like us on Facebook and check us out at AllisonCustomsOnline.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to Allison Customs Project Car TV. Today, working on my forklift again. And I know it's been a long time. It's been sitting, and I need to get it running because I need to move some stuff. So, like most things, you know, you work on whatever you need at the time. So today we're going to try and I'd like to get it running. We'll see if I get that far. I found a crack, or actually a full break, in the bottom of the forklift assembly. And my father-in-law, who is a professional welder, or is now retired and was, you saw him in the video where I was showing you guys the fire pits that he makes. So it's cast iron, we think, down on the lower part down there. I've never tried to, I guess you don't really weld it, I guess you braze it, braze cast iron. So I've never tried to do it, don't know really anything about it, other than I know it can be done and it's supposed to be very strong once it's done. So, but he's got lots of experience doing it. So my father-in-law was like, oh, if you get it running and get it pulled apart where we can get to it, I'll show you how to do it. So I'm going to take him up on that. In the meantime, what I have left is the motor has been bolted back to the transmission, clutch and all that's in there, but nothing's actually, there's no engine mount bolts in it, there's no bolts in the clutch pedal. So basically I just need to finish what I started all those months ago and get this thing put together and finished up. I'd like to finish getting it painted. I don't know if I'll get to that this winter yet, because it's cold and it's hard to, like this is a giant piece of cast iron back here, and it's hard to warm that up enough that the paint will stick. So I don't know if we'll get that far, but I would like to get the radiator back in and all the fan belts on it and get the pump on it, and the hydraulic tank goes up here, basically just get it back to where it's usable again. And then we'll drop this front rack lifting mechanism and try and get the bottom of that brazed up so it's safe. That's the plan for today. Let's try and get this thing put back together enough it's running, and then slowly finish it up and get it out of here so that I can make use of it. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I didn't get nearly as far as I thought. It's actually been, I think, 3 days since I started this video. And of course, it's all been on time lapse. So I've had a couple of 4 or 5 hour days out here, and one, maybe 2 or 3 hours, mostly today. Part of it is, you know, as I go to put stuff on, I realize it hasn't been painted. So you go out, clean it up, prime it, paint it, wait on it. So all that just takes time. Part of it was I redid all the wiring. So you saw a video quite a while back when I did the dash, a little pod there. Well, I still had to run all those wires in, hook up the horn, hook up the power. So all of that's done, except on the cover here, there's actually a main power on-off switch. So I've got this battery cable that goes up to it, and it actually sits way up here. This battery cable goes up to it, and another one comes down off the battery to it. So it's the first thing in the circuit. I still have to mount the muffler and the air cleaner. The air cleaner still needs to be cleaned up. Before I put the covers back on, I'm just going to set the propane tank up here and hook it up just enough that we can test to see if we can get it started and running, set the timing and all of that. Hopefully I'm not too far off on the timing as it is, but I'd like to do all of that where I don't have to fight the cover and reach underneath. And I have a new set of points for the distributor. So after I get it running, because I know it ran with this setup, after I get it running, then I'll pull the points and and I've got a new distributor cap as well. I'll go ahead and replace all that. I've changed enough stuff, so I'd like to leave a few things that I know worked alone and then get it running again. So those things are done. Right now, the fork lift section of this whole thing actually has to come off. I think I mentioned earlier when I started the video that there's a crack in it and a break, and so it needs to be brazed up. So I've got just the hydraulic lines there looped together, and as soon as this thing's running, then we'll go ahead and worry about getting that section off, and while it's off, we'll get it welded up and then probably go ahead and get it painted. This whole side of the forklift isn't even painted yet. Some of it's kind of in a few areas has been touched, but that's about it. So got that to do, which I ran out of paint and forgot to get some when I ran to town today. I still have to do a fan belt, which is why I haven't put the muffler or the battery in. I did go get a fan belt, and you probably saw me messing with it, but it doesn't sit down in the groove very well, so it ends up being really short. So I'll run back to town tomorrow, try and get one of those narrower and maybe just a little bit longer as well. And then we're pretty close. You saw me putting fluids in. I got the antifreeze in, and hey, just as a little, I don't know, little tidbit of information. So if you go buy 50/50 antifreeze, or you know, if you're going to buy 100%, doesn't matter. Just make sure you're mixing that 100% with distilled water, not just regular faucet water. But you go look at AutoZone or O'Reilly's or whatever your favorite auto parts store is, and that stuff, the 50/50 runs about between $11 and $14 a gallon. And if you buy the full strength stuff, it's about the same price, which at least cuts it. You know, I think it's about $16 a gallon, which makes it an $8 a gallon if you mix it with water. Of course, you got to pay a little bit for the distilled water. Something I found just by chance quite a while back is you can buy the 50/50 Peak Antifreeze at Harbor Freight. It's like one of the few liquids they carry, and it's $7.99 a gallon. So, and if you take in a coupon, sometimes you can get it for as little as $6. So just a little note there for those of you who are, you know, have to use the stuff like me. And I mean, I buy it pretty much every time I walk in there. I buy 3 to 5 gallons of it just to have on hand, and I never seem to have any here. I mean, like this radiator just took 3.5 gallons, and the motor, the engine won't be completely full yet, so I'll probably end up putting the other half gallon in it before it's over. Anyway, that was just a little thing I noticed that I didn't know if I'd ever shared. So that's it. I got to get this video edited and out to you guys, so it's not a lot of real interesting stuff, and it's probably with all of the time lapse, it's fairly short, but that's this thing going back together. Probably we'll do one more video on it, finish and putting it together, and get it started and running. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of it, and we'll see you again in a week or so.
Thanks for watching Allison Customs Project Car TV. Like us on Facebook and check us out at AllisonCustomsOnline.com.